Hi, my name is PAveni, and this is my final project, the bounding box and wire hand. Now, as an artist, I hold firm that hands are the hardest part of human anatomy to draw. So to start off with, I made some drawings of my hand in pencil, ink, and crayon to study for when I made my hand out of wire. The wire hand is very simple in design and very much a 3D contour drawing. This lets you easily see what part of the hand is what. I did some contour drawings based on the wire hand after I made it, paying close attention to the highlights on the wires. I set them up in a light source so I could have shadows too. These studies were made to figure out how I would eventually bound my hand. I noticed some areas of my wire hand which had more detail put into them, so I decided to emphasize them somehow. This would be possible with my cladding, but for now I worked on making my bounding box. I recorded my basswood inventory and started to plan how to make the corners. Making some decisions on my corners, I then rendered my box in Rhino. I'm familiar with the rule of thirds, so I decided to leave the bottom portion bare and position my hand in the top 2/3. I also developed a small set of instructions on how to assemble the box. It wasn't hard to compose instructions as I had made a set for a project I did in high school. Making the line arts was a little more difficult this time. The physical bounding box was built shortly after I finished the instructions. It ended up a bit lopsided, but I was still able to stand it and hold the hand in it. Once I had finished the bounding box, I started thinking about cladding. I remembered the studies I had done, emphasizing the parts of the hand with more detail, and used them as the basis for my cladding. I made some section views of the box as well. This shows mostly views from inside of the box. Finally, I made cladding with vellum and attached it to the box using black thread. I used a stronger wire to anchor my hand to the box and left space for light to project shadows from the bottom of the box. In a closed environment, I felt that the box could be placed on a podium short enough so people could still look from the top. The podium would be placed in the center of the space so the box could be viewed from all angles. Here are some more pictures of the final product under the light. I played around with where the light source was coming from and what kind of light source it was, and got some interesting shadows on the vellum. So that's my project. Thank you for watching my presentation.